Up. It's too bright over here. Wow. That's unfortunate. All right, Torrance the trucker, what's going on with you? He at the gym. Okay. All right, up top, what's going on, man? Everybody doing this afternoon? What's up? All right, like bright. Um, Today's issue, we talking about Plan A through double zero, cause a lot of people are talking about plans that they have, and we always expect our plan, which is Plan A, to go down, to go down perfectly. But unfortunately, in this industry, things don't always go according to how the plan and stuff is initiated originally and stuff. And so, what makes you a good business person, however, is how you are able to maneuver through um, situations and stuff, what you're in. All right, Mr. Eastwood, what's going on with you? And so, um, when you decide to come into this industry or anything else and stuff, you have to understand a lot of things don't go according to the way they're planned out. And so, you know, when they don't happen the way that they do and stuff, in a plan A, then, everybody just, a lot of people just throw their hands up and say, well, hey, the heck with it. But, we still got a job to do because in order for us, it's a service we have to render. And in order for us to be compensated for our services, we must first render the service over, despite the fact that, well, people may present an issue about, well, I ain't gonna say an issue, they may present to you how they want the service performed, and it may not always go and stuff, in the favor of what they present. And so, when you become a business person, or even if you learn the aspects of business, you got to learn how to have those problem solving skills in order to render the service over. We like to find the perfect load and pick the load up, for instance, and yeah, pick it up at the time it's supposed to be picked up and delivered at the time it's supposed to be delivered. But um, a lot of things and stuff happen between the time you pick it up to the time you deliver. You might get somewhere and they say, to be there at 3, and you probably ain't leaving there and stuff till about 9, 10 o'clock. So, um, Triple CS, what's going on? So, it's many scenarios and stuff, right? It's many scenarios and stuff that are out here in the business world that you pretty much have to figure out on your own and stuff. And so, now when you're an employee, and stuff, it's always, when you're presented something, then, you have to go according to however they want it done. Okay, Dale, hold on. What you got? Let's see. I have a question, bro. This is not meant to be negative anyway, but can you tell me 3 laws that directly benefit drivers? Also, keep making great videos, Black King. Okay, yeah, I'll get to that. Um, okay, 3 laws. Well, a lot of actually, a lot of laws and stuff that are out here, a lot of laws and stuff that are out here now are based upon helping drivers and stuff. The thing is that um, the thing is that when you're talking about We talk about how things and stuff negatively affect us and stuff. Like any rule or regulation that's out here in the trucking industry, affects us negatively and stuff like that. Like I said, plan A. You pick up a load and it's supposed to deliver at this time here, and then you're caught in the regulation, which means that you probably started your 14-hour clock, or it's eating away at your 14 or at your 11. That sort of issue there and stuff. And so the whole purpose of creating the hours of service violation, the hours of service is so that people don't get overworked, because that was a big thing and stuff. That was a big thing and stuff in the industry. You had a paper log and stuff like that. You go work for a company, and you go pick up a load, and the load has to deliver the next day. And so what they would tell you, depending on what carrier you was with, not to be direct, but they told you that the load was going to deliver. You see, and so they kind of gave you an ultimatum. You either deliver that load and stuff, or you're gonna be terminated. And so with that, with that and stuff, you had to do what you had to do. You see, and so when you in a situation like that and stuff, you say, well, it's best for me to go work for the mega carriers, because at the mega carriers, at the time, a lot of them wasn't even letting you do that type of stuff. They wouldn't put you under that type of lock and gun. It's like, well, hey, you pick the load up. If you don't have the hours and stuff, that's fine. Let us know. We'll go ahead and get it rescheduled. But business was good. Business was good enough for them to do stuff like that. But then if you went and worked for a lot of smaller carriers, it wasn't that way. How they made business was, hey, look, you pick the load up today and you deliver it tomorrow, and that was that and stuff. The fastest way for you. Whatever we had to do, the quickest way for us to get the revenue, let's go ahead, render this service over and stuff like that, get the signed PODs and stuff, get it turned in so we can get it paid. We send it in to the factoring company or whoever, and so business allowed you to do that and stuff. But because you didn't, because the people didn't know how to navigate through those issues or whatever stuff, they'll sit there, get the truck, drive the truck, and then they feel like, I'm kind of trapped at this company because, what alternative do I have, right? I can work for this, I can work for the guy that gets me home on the weekend, but I got to ride wide open and stuff so I can spend time with my family, or go work for a mega carrier where I'm going to be staying out from 14 to 21 days and stuff, 2 to 3 weeks out there on the road, and spending 2 or 3 days at the house. So, what do you do in a situation like that? And so, the name of the game and stuff in the industry was to make money and to get as much home time and stuff as you could. And so, at a time where we still had regulation, but we wasn't regulated that much as far as like hours of service or whatever and stuff, that was mostly the primary focus and stuff. Even when you went into, when you went to the scale house or whatever stuff, the only thing you had to worry about, hey, okay, is he standing outside? And if the scale master is standing outside, it means he's checking logbooks. It didn't matter what your truck looked like or what condition it was in. If you had air leaks or oil leaks or whatever, what you didn't want him to do would be standing outside. He was standing outside, he's checking logbooks. So that was the biggest violation and stuff at the time. Cause see, everything else, oh well, that's just on the company. And most times they didn't even put you out of service. Your out of service violations came from not updating your not updating your status in your logbook. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only violation and stuff you had to look out for. That was the only violation and stuff, man, that either made you or break you. And so, as long as he wasn't standing outside and stuff, man, hey, look, okay, the truck's overweight, no problem. Okay, pull in the back, go ahead, get that sorted out and stuff, and that was that. So, when they initiated the, ELDs, when they came out with the ELD mandate, Now, what makes it a bad thing is that because we're not organized enough to say, well, okay, look, this is affecting us and our bottom line and stuff. So, in order for us not to do these certain things or whatever, we need to come together and we need to put something that's out here that's going to be we need to put something out here for the aspect of business, something that's livable for us as drivers, and for the business people and stuff too. Everybody's in agreements. But what happened? But the ELD mandate came in, and so they say, well, all right, we're not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna do a workaround. So I'm gonna just go get a 99 truck. I'm gonna just go get a 99 truck and stuff, and then the heck with the rest of it. And so it's saying, the ELD, before it was a mandate, and people decided to say, well, yeah, okay. Well, I ain't gonna say it was decided. It was, before the mandate came, what they were doing was they was going and auditing companies. And so the companies, once the audit was completed, if you had 10% of violations, right, that resulted to law violation, then that's what they will make you say, okay, yeah, you have to run electronic logs. And so people were always doing instead of dealing with the issue at hand, right? The business aspect of it, people would just do walkarounds and say, okay, well, fine, if I got to run ELD and stuff, then fine. What I'll do is that I'm gonna go and stuff and just get me a whole new set of numbers and stuff. Just go get me another authority and stuff. Fill that out and just move everything and stuff over there. And so that worked for a little while. Today when they changed the regulation up and said, well, look, okay, you can buy as many authorities and stuff as you want, right? But if you are in charge of it, then you have to change up your entire management in order for you to say that if you're going to work with it in other hands. If I got an authority or whatever, and then I got, let's just say I got 2 authorities, and then my audit is bad enough and stuff to where I got too many violations and stuff like that. So they either forcing me, they either suspending my authority, or they're telling me this things and stuff I got to fix in order for my authority and stuff, to still be in good standings. I'll just say, okay, I'm moving everything over to this outfit here and stuff, right? And so, if I moved over there, then see, my thing is, if they know that it's my authority, right? If they know it's my authority, then the same thing that sits on my first company, that my authority and stuff, it's going to be in suspense, it's not going to be in good standards. It falls over to the next company because it's my authority. So, you got to find a whole person that's not even associated with you whatsoever and stuff, right? And then when they come in, you can't really have any kind of dealings and stuff as far as like administration. You see, you can't have any kind of dealings with administration, even to a point where you're even getting paid. It's got to be a total complete cutoff. If that's the case, you can move everything over. If you can't, right? Now, if you can't do it, then you see, now it's forcing you to confront your problem. And so every law that's been made out here for drivers pretty much tells us how we need to confront the issues with the industry and stuff, but it's just, it's a rift between people who want to get out here and continue to make money, and continue to be an outlaw, as opposed to saying, okay, look, let's just clean up our act and stuff and just be legit. You see what I'm saying? Cause trucking in the drug game, it's basically the same thing. Trucking in the drug game, trucking in the pimp game, it's the same thing. Regulation forces you now and stuff to have to clean up a lot of stuff that was messy. See, everybody can't be a king. Everybody was a kingpin back in the day. But you was running your operation sloppy and stuff. A lot of people got killed. And stuff. You had a lot of dope heads and stuff walking up and down the street, breaking in people's houses and stuff like that. So it wasn't organized. So, you know, they start pushing these laws and stuff like that. And so now they're just rounding up everybody and just throwing you in prison, you know, giving you these large sentences and stuff now. You know, they changed the, they changed a lot of the laws and stuff. You got old law, new law, right? You know, old law, you know, if you was convicted of something, then the second you went to central processing, you served 50% of your time right there. So, you know, if they gave you 10 years in prison, then the second you hit the central processing, you got 5 years. You got 5 years to serve. You know, now, new law, you got to do 85% of your time, you know. You got to do 85% of your time. So, see, you know, they give you 10 years, you're doing 8.5. You know, you're doing 8.5 and stuff before you even consider for parole and stuff. And so, you know, it really forced people and stuff, man, had to change their operation. You know, the mafia, all, you know, just all forms of organized stuff, you know. See, now, you know, you can't be a pimp no more. You can't say I'm a pimp. You a pimp, then you get, they hit you with human trafficking. And so you convict of human trafficking, you're going to be serving life in prison for each count. You see what I'm saying? So it forces you to confront your issue. Trucking, same thing. So all laws that they made, right, are beneficial to drivers. The problem is that we can't seem to come together and organize to get our issues and stuff confronted. This is why, you know, we started talking about these law, you know, the plans and stuff, plan A, plan B, plan C. So, you know, a lot of people plans and stuff is that they just want to walk around. They just want to walk around the issue, get an older truck and stuff. And, you know, I can still go tractor trailing up and down the road and stuff. And so that's working right now. But then when they get tired of that, you know, it's the same thing with, you know, we talk about the emissions right now. You know, emissions, you know, even though I say, yeah, all right, go get the surgery and stuff on the truck. Yeah, go get the surgery and stuff on the truck. They know that a lot of us and stuff out here getting surgery, but they're not making it they're not making it an issue right now and stuff, right? But instead of us coming together and confronting the issue with the EPA, you know, with the EPA and the FMCSA and everybody else and stuff that want us to be CARB compliant and, you know, a lot of green deals and stuff like that, what we should be talking about is that, hey, man, listen, when I go buy a truck and stuff and they got this emission system in here and stuff and I take it to the dealership, I'm going in there multiple times, right? And they're charging me, you know, and stuff almost, you know, I got 30, 40, maybe 50% of what the truck is worth in just this one issue right here and stuff, and nothing's being resolved. You know, you want us to run clean and stuff like that. We don't have a problem with it. The problem is that I go to the shop, again, I'm dropping 30% of what the truck is worth, and then it's still not fixed. I'm going to get one, you know, the one box failed, so now I got to go get another one box, and that failed and stuff like that, you know. So I'm just eliminating it so I can still stay in business. Because if you can go and get the regen system, if you can go get all this emission system fixed, and that was it and stuff, and they can keep it reasonable, everybody will be running it. Okay, my MIL light and stuff coming on. So, yeah, let me just go on over to the shop. They go and do their thing and stuff, and that's that. They're not doing that and stuff. No matter where you go to the dealership, you know, Freightliner, Kenworth, wherever and stuff. They're coming back and stuff with a $14,000-$15,000 bill, and you saying, okay, yeah, hey, is that going to fix the problem? Yeah, sure. And then you pay them, and then you know, you get 100 miles up the road and stuff, and then there go that same MIL light coming on. So the laws again are made to confront the issue. We have to confront our issues and stuff dealing with trucking. Otherwise, that, you know, we're always going to keep doing these walkarounds, and that's it, you know. And these things, they're only temporary fixes. They're only temporary fixes and stuff. They're saying, well, right now the economy and stuff is good and stuff like that, so we're not going to say anything, right? But, you know, what you have to understand about business is that business has a transitional period, right? Every 5 years, every 5 years, we're always presented with something brand new. You know, well, I ain't gonna say brand new, but there's a transition into something, and then every 5 years, it's a push towards that same transition to a point to where you're totally and completely in it, right? So what we're going through right now, and stuff in our transitional period and stuff, is that of we're seeing the end of manual labor. We're seeing the end of manual labor and stuff, and so, um, we all know that we're gonna have self-driving equipment and stuff like that. That's that can't be avoided. We're gonna have self-driving. We're gonna have self-driving trucks, self-driving cars and stuff. That's something that can't be avoided. What we're seeing now and stuff is the beginning stages of it. But in 20 years, we're not gonna be making YouTube videos about. We're not gonna be making YouTube videos or any other videos and stuff about us driving a truck from point A to point B. If it's anything, we're going to be speaking about the good old days and stuff. And so, when we used to get out here and drive these things and stuff, but now you're seeing that it's more of a push and stuff of self-driving vehicles and stuff like that. And so, this is just the first stage of it, because I've been driving trucks for 19 years. And so if you can go back to the early 2000s, and stuff, right, then the transitional period was removing the cab overs to conventionals. But they wanted to create a conventional that was they want to create a conventional stuff that was cost efficient. Yeah, they wanted to create a truck stuff that was cost efficient and stuff. So, they always had conventional trucks and stuff. The Kenworth, the hood trucks, the W900s, the Peterbilt 359s, those trucks there and stuff. The problem was is that the prices on the truck was astronomical. So everybody's choice of truck was the cab over. It didn't matter what brand you ran. International, Freightliner, Kenworth, Western Star, everybody had a cab over. But, when they started formulating a way to where they can create a conventional to where it can be mass produced and cost efficient. So thus gave way and stuff, to the Freightliner FLD 120, the Kenworth T600, the international 9400. Those trucks there and stuff. And so, they started mass producing them and stuff, and they became affordable. People started moving towards them, and that's when they started phasing out the cab over. So, because the cab over, like I said, it was a good truck. It was an efficient truck, but it was hard to work on because you had to jack up the hood. Well, you had to jack up the whole cab and stuff like that. With the conventional, you just pop the hood and fix whatever you got to fix. And so, that's what they moved towards. So, see, by early 2000s, everybody had conventionals, and they just completely phased out the cab over. So, then the next transitional period was moving from shifting gears and stuff, to can they create a truck to where, it can shift on its own. And so they had, they did that with the, the buses, all the buses and stuff, the Greyhounds and stuff like that. They had automatic auto shift transmissions. They used to be straight 5, straight 6 and stuff like that. And then they just went automatic. So they're like, well, can we do this with the 18-wheeler? And so, Eaton Fuller went to work, and they created the auto shift and stuff. And, the first generation, they had the first generation auto shift truck and stuff, where you just put in drive and stuff. You still had to use the clutch so that you still had to use the clutch so that the transmission when truck wouldn't stall out, but for the most part, if it started changing gears and stuff, and so they mass produced them and it became a success. It became a success. The problem is that they had a big price tag on it. So with that price tag, that's what held a lot of people and stuff up to say, well, no, you know what? This same Freightliner Century class is costing me, because of this auto shift transmission, it's costing me $20,000, maybe $30,000. As opposed to getting a straight 10 and stuff like that. So how can we create this transmission to where it can be it's already efficient, but how do we make it affordable and stuff? And so they started going to work and stuff like that. So here we are 20 years later. Auto shift is the norm now. Every truck that you purchase is an auto shift and stuff. So you now, if you want you want a straight 10, 30, if you want a straight 10, 13, 15, 18 manual, you got to pay extra. You got to pay extra and stuff, but that's the 20-year transitional period and stuff from converting over from manual to auto shift. They took away the clutch. They found a way in 2007 to take the clutch out of the take the clutch out of stuff. So you just put in drive and stuff, and that was that. So we got that transitional period and stuff there. Hey, is this light over here bothering y'all? Because if it is, I can move the camera. If it is, I can move the camera and stuff, man. It's just I said it there because I got the phone on the charger. But if y'all cool with it and stuff, then I just I just carry on. All right, so I'm assuming everything and stuff is straight then, so I'll just go ahead and chat away. So that's the transitional period we're in and stuff. We're seeing that it's just things are getting phased out and stuff, and it's not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing when you're trying to do things for the sake of efficiency. You see, just like online shopping, we used to go to stores, we used to go to department stores and stuff like that. And, we're still sociable people, but that used to be your social skills right there. You used to have to go out and you see people and stuff, and then you go into dialogue and stuff with them that way. Now, hey, Facebook and Instagram and stuff, you still socialize, and it's just, you don't have to be face to face with a person, so to speak, to get whatever issue and stuff you need to get put out there and stuff, So, if you try and do shopping or whatever, you don't have to waste your time getting in a car and driving across town to see if they got this in or they got that in. It's just everything is right there at your fingertips. A phone used to be a phone. That's all it could do, just make phone calls or whatever and stuff like that. If we was doing a lot of us had minutes, and so we couldn't talk on the phone and stuff until, your nights and weekends kicked in, but see, now everything's unlimited. I just spent $4,800 on truck. What you had to do to it? Hey, and Brandon, listen, this was something else. This was something else and stuff. I'm glad you up here, guys. I may have to. I wonder, when you took your truck over to Jose, you said that he had your truck done in 2 days. Because what I'm thinking is that the guy that I'm gonna use down there, the transaxle that I'm gonna use in Charlotte, the problem with that shop is that they work Monday through Friday, right? And they work Monday through Friday, and see, I want to have the truck back by the end of the week. I want to drop it off and then pick the truck up on Friday. But it's just I'm not getting that vibe from this. I'm not getting the vibe from that guy and stuff that's going to happen. And the guy you use and stuff like that, Jose. Well, the guy they recommend, Jose and stuff. They were saying, oh, okay, that's not truck parts. That's accessories, man. Truck parts. I'm thinking like your truck broke down or whatever. Your truck broke down and stuff or whatever. But no, they were this guy. Jose and stuff. I believe I don't know if he work on the weekend, but I get the vibe I'm getting from Jose is that look, if I drop the truck off to him. If I drop the truck off to him on Monday, he probably gonna have me right. He probably gonna have me right come Friday, And I'm trying to knock two birds out with one stone, cause I want to go on vacation, and while I'm on vacation, I want to go and get the stuff done on the truck. But I don't want to go on vacation, then come back, and then I gotta sit another week and stuff, cause they ain't did nothing to the truck. And so. Biggest week ever. So you're celebrating by you bought legacy seat, steering wheel, chrome visor, chrome bump. All that came up. Let's see. Hold up. The seats will probably set you back by the seats will say, let's see, I bought these for $700 a piece. Yeah, the legacy seats alone and stuff will probably set you back by $1,000. So I can see that. You got about 48. You took half of that. You took half of that, just throw that in the truck, just like, hey man, screw it, I'm gonna just go all out and stuff, man. But I'm glad you did that, man. 10 grand. That's wonderful. That's a great accomplishment. I hope you can do that consistently. I hope you telling me every week and stuff, man. Look, I'm knocking 10 grand down. But yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting and stuff, man, from the guy in Charlotte versus Jose and stuff, man. I feel Jose can do it. Jose wants 17 to drop the transmission, and these guys want 12. So I'm like, man, look, $500, $500 and stuff. That's a big difference. Yeah, see that's what I want to do and stuff. I'm like, drop the truck off to him on Friday. Then he give me a phone call and say, hey, listen, you done, cause like I said, I want to knock two birds out. I don't want to sit there and I don't want to go on vacation and then stuff I could have got done on the truck. I could have got it done, but I'm still kind of funny too and stuff about leaving my stuff at places. Just like, when I went to go get that alignment done and stuff, that guy hit me up with a $1,300 bill for just getting alignment and stuff done, and that was all because I dropped the truck off there and stuff instead of just staying there and I feel if I was physically there, right? If I was physically there, then he wouldn't have done what he did. I don't think the bill would have been that high. Three-year warranty, yeah. So, but that's the thing there and stuff. I mean, all I want is I don't want another transmission. I want him to just fix this one. But I mean, heck, 3-year warranty. I mean, what the heck? Something happened. I mean, yeah, I'm through Richmond all the time and stuff. And I mean, heck, if something happened, I just get it towed back to him. It's just, okay, y'all owe me a new transmission. I just got to get it back to Jose. So that seemed like they might be the route of stuff I go. But it might be the route I go. I wish I could set this thing up somewhere other than. Oh, let me see if I can. Hold up. Look how this It's aggravating me now. Damn, it's still bright. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna just set it there. Screw it. Man, heck, I should have set the curtain up, but yep. So yeah, that's the situation there and stuff. Brother Dale, I hope that, you know, I know I was a little bit long-winded and stuff, but you know, I hope that kind of helped the situation and stuff with the laws and stuff. You know, hold on, what you said, Brandon? You got? Oh, come on, phone. Let's see. What about the Columbia? Got alignment, two-wheel legs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I went to, like I said, my mistake was I went to this shop, and in order for them to do the alignment, they got to fix this air leak. So I found out where the air leak was, and instead of just going down to the freight line and getting the part myself and stuff, you know, I listened to him, and they went down there and got it, and you know, they stuck me to the wall and stuff, guys. You know, it doesn't take 9 hours to do no alignment on no truck. It doesn't take 9 hours to do that. In fact, you know, alignment is you know, your alignment and stuff is let's see, yeah, and yeah, that was the other thing and stuff too. You know, it was I went to, you know, the shop was local and stuff like that, so I thought the people and stuff was cool, but that wasn't the case. But yeah, like I was saying, gentlemen and stuff, yeah, about 45 minutes. Yeah, I mean, you know, it just depends on how bad your stuff is. If they got to put new shims on and stuff, which they had to do with mine and stuff. My shims were shot. This thing was, it was just, I mean, it was in real bad shape. So, you know, but what I was saying and stuff about plan A and stuff, making sure that everything from plan A to plan 00. Got a phone call this morning from somebody I know, and what they was telling me, they said, you know, they was having a bad day because they went to a place to try to get loaded, and they didn't have no trailers and stuff. And of course, this person does drop and hook. So the question that I asked was, when you dropped off your other load and stuff, did you pick up an empty trailer? And so they were saying, well, no. Let's see. No, we don't, Brandon. We sure don't. But if they can take it, boy, they sure can. But you know, the question I asked and stuff, you know, when you got to the place to deliver, did they have an empty trailer and stuff there? So, you know, I said no. I said, well, what you should have done is that if they don't have an empty trailer and stuff, then, you know, you ask, when is an empty trailer going to be coming out, or can they live unload the trailer that you brought in, you know? And so that person didn't do that or whatever. So now they driving all around Illinois, picking up trailers and all that other stuff there. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Are you getting paid to do all that? No, they're not getting paid to do all that. I said, well, see, there's the difference right there between you being in a lease truck and stuff, and then you being a company driver. If you was a company driver, they would have never told you to go in. They would have told you sit tight. We'll see if we can get that trailer live unload and stuff. That's that. They ain't gonna have you riding all across the state looking for trailers and all this other stuff, you know. going to rail yards and all this other place, all the other stuff there. So, see, all right, that's plan A. So plan B is that they don't have a trailer. So when is the next one coming out? And then you just sit tight till that trailer and stuff comes out. Because, you went over here to this other place to try to get loaded, which was a drop and hook facility too and stuff. But then, surprise, you ain't got no trailers and stuff there. You're taking something out of the pool, but you ain't putting something in. So, if you understand that from a business perspective, then, you can go right back to plan A and say, well, yeah, it's not a good idea for me to move. So, of course, I brought out that, I brought that issue and stuff out, and because I'm just sticking with facts or whatever, that really disturbed the person, instead of me just saying, just saying all these kind of nice words and stuff like that to try to make them feel better. I'm not, business doesn't care anything about your feelings, Business doesn't care anything about your feelings. So, like I told him, I said, you're doing all this riding around and stuff, with diesel fuel right now averaging $3.50 a gallon, before long and stuff, you sit there, you fall in the hole long enough, and stuff like that, now you got something else to complain about. Oh, well, they put me out of business because of all this free work I'm doing. Let's see, I could took the 10 grand and bought a new Charger, but instead I reinvested in my truck. You don't need. Invest in my truck. You don't need to take money and buy. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people definitely need to, if you're making money like that, yeah, definitely invest in something, cause you in the truck, you're gonna be in the truck 90% of the time, you're gonna be in this truck 90% of the time, so you might well, if you're gonna be in it and stuff like that, you might as well get all the things and stuff to make you feel comfortable, cause like I said, you got guys out here. You got guys out here and stuff, man, that they won't spend a dollar. They won't spend a dollar on the truck. But here it is, they got a $300,000-$400,000 house, a couple cars and stuff like that. They rolling up and stuff, man, with Maseratis and Porsches and all that other stuff there and everything, and then your daggone, your truck over there popping and pooting, Truck over there popping and pooting and stuff, man. You won't even take your truck to go get it washed. You won't even go get your truck washed. They say, oh, well, it's just a truck. It's just a truck, and then, then the truck go down or whatever and stuff like that, and then you see them in that lease program, now and stuff, And daggone, what happened to all that money? What happened to all that money and stuff? So, you got to go to plan B and stuff and get in that lease truck and stuff and hope that you can make enough money in this lease to pay for all this, to pay for that $500,000-$600,000 house and that Maserati and all that other stuff, keep that lifestyle up. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. But for the most part in trucking, things don't always go according to how it should go and stuff. Your plan A and stuff, like, for instance, I'm over here now at Nestle. And stuff. In fact, I give you a scenario what happened to me, and so it just helped me make my decision on what I'm gonna do. So I got this load here and stuff, and it delivered down here in Atlanta, Georgia. And so what the dispatch called, the dispatcher called me and stuff. He said, hey, listen, Rooster, you delivering Friday. I got a load out of North Carolina, I got a load out of North Carolina, 428 miles away and stuff. A load of sweet potatoes going up to Maine for 2,500. So what I'll do is that I'll give you 500. I'll give you $500 to deadhead over to. I'll give you $500 to deadhead over to the spot, pick up those sweet potatoes and stuff, and deliver it, and deliver the load for. I delivered the load of stuff on Monday and stuff. So then he telling me that he got another load of stuff that's behind that, that's gonna pay another $3,000 and stuff. And so I instantly told him, no, I can't do that. Cause Atlanta's not a dead spot. I mean, I said, dude, I can make that same $3,000 before Monday. I might run a little, I might run a little something different, but I'm gonna have less miles and stuff like that. That's definitely out. I said the other thing is that those sweet potatoes that's paying $2,500 that you claim, they was paying that and stuff, man, 6 years ago. They was paying that 6 years ago to go up there to that plant, and and I just told him, I just ran the whole scenario and stuff from start to finish because he wanted to know why I didn't want to take the load, and it just doesn't make sense and stuff, man, as far as money is concerned. As far as money is concerned and stuff, I'm like, yeah, if I was there in North Carolina, absolutely, I would have jumped on it. But I would still be requesting that same $3,000. But you want me to leave this hot spot to go over here to pick up another load of stuff because you in a jam. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. 400 miles of deadhead and stuff, and we're over here, $3.50 a mile, for fuel. I'm like, no, that's just not happening. So, that just made me think, right? I said, now, if I would have had that W9 studio sleeper, right? I'm in Florida right now. I'm north. You're in Florida. If I would have had that W9, right? If I would have had that W9 with that 2850 truck payment, my back would have been against the wall and stuff, and I probably would have had to take that load. It just been no questions asked and stuff. Yeah, I had to take the load, just to keep moving. You got fuel at $2.68. Okay. Okay. Man, these spots done got a little bit astronomical now and stuff, but yeah, if I had that W9, my back would have been against the wall, and I probably had to do that load. And so I'm like, some of the reasons why I can say no, some of the reasons and stuff, and I try not to say that too much, that word no and stuff, because when people know how to do things, when people know how to do things and stuff, what's economically sound and stuff, right? What's gonna make money. I guess, well, the people that got stuff to lose, they're not gonna be presenting you with issues and stuff like that. Deadheading 400 miles, go pick up a load. Where you can possibly make money and stuff right here in this area. So but see, that's just some of the things you got to deal with in business, is that every now and again you're going to have a person that you're dealing with that's going to be presenting you with issues and stuff, man, and it's going to make money for them. It's going to make money that they're not even going to make. They're not too concerned about it. Their check is already made. It's just, okay, well, let me see if I can get Rooster to go over here and pick this load up and stuff and get us out of a jam. But it's not so much as to the benefit of him. It's not gonna line his pockets up with nothing. So every now and again you got to deal with that type of stuff there, and then now you got to explain. Now you got to explain to him that this thing that you're presenting to me and stuff is not going to make any money for my business. And I just don't like doing that, because it is, that's just explaining too much. When I'm on the phone with business people, I try to be on and off the phone and stuff no longer than 5 minutes, because after 5 minutes I feel like I'm socializing, and I'm not even trying to do that. I just want to, let's keep this thing, on a business mind, just keep it on a business setting. I don't want to be friends or friendly or none of that stuff there, like what Nipsey Hussle said, like what Nipsey Hussle said and stuff, about a lot of people, when he used to go to get business deals and stuff, he didn't want to get in good and stuff as far as like, building up friendships and stuff like that. Cause see, it's kind of hard to say no when you're building up a friendship. But see, when it's business, you can keep it as shrewd as you want to be and stuff. I can just tell you, hey, listen, this is what it is right here. It's the money, and that's that. Don't it ain't a point. Hey, what's up, Rooster, buddy, old pal? No, I don't give nobody no opportunity and stuff to do that. You want to be buddy, old pal and stuff. Call me after 5 o'clock. Call me after 5 o'clock and stuff. If you could find me and. Yeah, rest in peace to the brother. But that's the deal there, man. Hey, when he did business, that's what it was and stuff. I want to keep it. I want to keep the business to a point to where I can just talk about business and nothing else. I don't want to be friends and, All right, Sunwater, what's going on, Sunwater? Hold up, let's see what you got up here, Brandon. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's a good. Everybody got plans and stuff. I mean, I want to move into other aspects of residual income and stuff. I tried to. I want to do the fleet owner thing and stuff, but it's just it's too much of a risk, man. I mean, I guess, buying an apartment complex or something. I mean, it's not, it's not too much operation and stuff involved in that and stuff. It's just, pretty simple. You just, you manage your property and stuff like that, and then, just hope that the people that stand there are grown people and that they pay your money on time, and they ain't tearing everything up. But like for me to go out here and buy a truck, and stuff, man, I know it'll be a headache. I know it'll be a headache and stuff, man, cause, it's issues I go through and stuff, myself as a driver, and there's things and stuff I do that if I was to tell somebody else to do the same thing, I'm like, the question they'll be asking is why? Like, why do I have to do that? Why do I, I'm driving the truck and stuff. Why do I have to go around scale houses and stuff like that? If my weight and everything is okay and my truck is okay, I should be able to go to the scale house and go in and out of there. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But, in a world of business, and stuff where, they're not focused too much and stuff on safety as opposed to you dealing with somebody and stuff that they're dealing with quotas and stuff like that. And you go through scale houses, you going through the scale house and stuff, and then everybody they got pulled in the back and stuff is, an own operator, or they working for an own operator, something like that. They just find little stuff, just find little violations and stuff like that, even if it's, if it's something as meager as a, they just find, it's nothing it's nothing like, oh, well, you gonna go out here and have an accident or something like that. It's, oh, well, okay, you got a mark on the side of your tire. You got a mark on the side of your tire and stuff, like anything to make sure that you don't get a clean inspection. You're dealing with that issue and stuff there, and so it's not one of those deals where and stuff where you go through the scale house and then everything and stuff is straight and they give you the sticker and then you just go on about your business. They ain't supposed to mess with you. That ain't the case. You go through the scale house, they'll give you the sticker. They'll give you the sticker and they'll still pull you, they'll see the sticker and stuff and you go through there and they'll pull you back in there again and give you another inspection. That sort of issue there and stuff. So it's so, to cut down on the violations, stuff like that, like, hey, look, this is the route you need to go. And so, like, oh, well, no, I can't do all that. I didn't have to do that when I was working for Swift or JB Hunt or Snyder. You're right. So and that's maybe where you need to stay and stuff over there. It's Swift and JB Hunt and Snyder and stuff like that, so you can run up and down the highway and stuff. But it's like, why complain? Yeah, I ain't had the engine rebuilt and stuff. But the value adjustment on the truck, is it's about $8,000. It's $8,000 and stuff. And the thing is that that's me not telling them that the truck has surgery. If the truck has surgery, then they probably ain't gonna offer me no money for it. Probably about $2,000-3,000 at the most. But they'll take my same. But then you look up on the auction and stuff, and you'll see the same truck up here, and they probably done sold it for about $30,000. They be done sold it for $30,000. So I'm like, I just keep it. I just keep it and stuff. But it's just $450. I'm gonna pay them I'm gonna pay $450. I'm gonna pay them $450 for some stuff that I already know. They're not gonna offer me any money. It doesn't matter how clean I keep this truck or how chromed out, or y'all seen the truck. Y'all seen how I keep it. Y'all seen the truck and stuff. If you follow me on Instagram and stuff, if you ain't, then follow me on Instagram, Rhode Island Red Rooster 22 on Instagram. I always posting up stuff about my truck up there and stuff. So, hey, you know how I keep my stuff, but they just ain't gonna offer me no money. They ain't gonna offer me no money and stuff. And so the scariest thing that I'm dealing with now is the fact that with the insurance companies, and stuff. Valve adjustment. I'm sorry. Valve adjustment. I thought you said value adjustment. I thought it was value adjustment. Valve adjustment. No, I haven't gotten the overhead and stuff, and I probably never will get overhead on this thing, cause that's that trade right there and stuff. Like I said, if you gotta, like I was saying in my last live feed, overheads are good for like your ISX, like anything that's your pre-emission motors. Your pre-emission motors, you can say, yeah, all right, I'll go in for overhead and stuff like that. But if it's post emission truck, forget about it. Yeah, I mean, you'll get that. Yeah, you'll get that and stuff. It's just the issue I'm worried about is I don't want to put too much into the truck and then something happens to it, right? And it's not to say that, if somebody, like I said, just imagine that, right? You sitting there and you got this truck and you don't put the rebuild in it. You put the rebuild in it, the rebuild transmission, that stuff there. And then somebody comes along and stuff, man, and have the accident on you. You have an accident and you total lost your truck. You total lost your truck and stuff. The only thing they're gonna do is they just gonna give you the value of it. So you gotta hope that, you're not gonna recoup the money unless you go to the insurance company and stuff, right, and just raise up the value. Now, if you pay the extra value on the truck, then yeah, Yeah, if you pay for the, you pay for the value and stuff like that, then yeah, they'll, if something happens, then, you know, but they, you got the insurance company's just gonna keep asking you every month and stuff, man. Like, listen, your truck is too overvalued, right? Your truck is too overvalued. So just like, it's almost like life insurance, like, um, you got term, life insurance, and then you got but you got term. You got two types of life insurance. You got one that goes from, 10, it covers you and stuff for a certain amount of time, and then you got actual life insurance and stuff that you pay, and then once it's paid, that's it. You can borrow against it and stuff. You can borrow against it, that sort of thing there and stuff. And so, but it's not. If you get that insurance, it's not really valued that high and stuff. So you tell them, okay, I want $20,000, right? Then you want $20,000, and once you pay that $20K, that's it. It's they'll just hold on to the money and stuff like that, and then you pass away, they give you the money. But the term, you could say, well, yeah, I want $1 million policy. Like, yeah, they'll give you the $1 million policy, but you're gonna pay this amount for. You're gonna pay this amount of stuff for this certain amount of time. It's gonna cover you for like 10 years. Then after 10 years, you say you still want that same $1 million coverage. Then your they'll cover you, but your stuff gonna go up. Those premiums and stuff. Those premiums are gonna go up. That's why I'm not putting one in my truck. I'm thinking about getting a classic. Yeah, it's you can put it in there. Just make sure that you go. A lot of people don't go to the insurance company and tell them, hey, listen, this how much coverage I want on the truck because this how much I got in it. They'll cover you. They'll cover you if you put a your truck is, if you put a $13,000-$14,000 rebuild in your truck, then just go to the insurance company and tell them, hey, listen, I want my stuff, I want my truck valued at this amount right here and stuff. You add the 13,000-14,000 in, and they say, okay, yeah, and they'll tell you what your new premium is and stuff, and you pay it. But like I said, the drawback is that the insurance company's gonna keep calling you every month and stuff, right, and reminding you that your equipment is too overvalued. So let me offer you this other premium and stuff, right, to kind of offset, because they forget that same conversation that you had last month with them about, well, look, this is the reason why I raised up the value of the truck, because I did this and stuff. In case something happened, I want to get my money back. In case I have an accident or something like that, guys. You don't want to sit there and put that 14,000 in. You total lost the truck, and then the truck is so total lost that even if you buy it back and stuff, they probably tore the block up or something like that and everything. So see, now you out of all that money that you put in. So you just got to be careful. You just got to, if that's the route that you take and stuff, then you just got to let the insurance company and stuff know, and just kind of deal with the headache and stuff of them calling you and saying, well, we can offer you a better premium and stuff, and you're overpaying for the truck because it's too overvalued and stuff like that.